So today, I uh, I got to stream today. I got to stream for the first time in years. Literally years. And that's not to mention the time I've spent not being able to record, which have been months. So I have felt pretty cruddy, honestly, for quite a bit. But today I got to stream. And it was the first time that I got to dip my toe back into the content creation and feel like, the purpose that I felt doing so coming back. And I'm still feeling like a huge buzz. I'm feeling a huge buzz. I'm feeling tingly. you know, I'm feeling and I'm feeling wild about it. Honestly, this stream today, which was almost 4 hours, by the way. So it was a heck of a toe dipping experience. But this stream today wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for another amazing content creator out there named Sig Norchez. SIGNORCH. Easy. Sorry, terrible speller. I think I got it right though. I think I nailed it. Um, he is a wonderful person, and he's a great content creator himself. He does not get the credit that he deserves or the recognition. And I know I'm a small fish in a huge pond of content creators, so it's not going to be a huge light of recognition shined on him, but it is mainly and literally only because of him that this stream even happened. I won't say only, because there's another person that I met. Oh my god. There's another person that I met through him that goes by the name of Akira-san. Um, and she's streaming today, and that's the main reason why I was like, let's stream today. I wanna raid into her stream, just because, just for the fun of it, just for like shits and giggles, essentially, which I butchered it. I raided her twice on accident because I was like, okay, this will take me straight into her stream, but for some reason it did not open a window on my end that took me to her stream. So I was like, okay, what's going on? But yeah, they're both amazing creators in their own right, and they've been super supportive of me, and Sig as well. Not just as well, but like in huge part. He literally talked me through the entire set, not the entire setup. I had some of it figured out already, but he for a lot of the streaming stuff, a lot of the he literally talked me through everything, you know. So it's literally just because of him that I was able to stream, that I was able to pull off a stream, that the stream was a smooth stream, which is something that I had doubts about for out of my laptop. It was a smooth running stream. I had a lot of audio issues that were mainly because of the audio settings, but I was able to figure those out as well. Um, but it was smooth running. You know, we didn't really. I don't think we lagged at all, and He taught me he taught me a lot about OBS that I didn't like. I used the basics of basic OBS stuff. I used pretty much just, okay, yeah, let's get my microphone, my capture card. Let's get all that set up, and that was literally it. I didn't have anyone teach me, oh, there's a lot of settings to this, there's a lot more work than just, your basic of the basic. So it's a huge deal for me, you know. And Akira-san again, who's been also very kind and understanding and just very supportive of me. And they actually were the ones that chose what I was going to stream today, which I spent most of my time aimlessly looking around and you know, my small brain got stuck on a lot of dead ends and again spun around. Uh, Turn oh no, I got turned around into this. I got turned around into that. I'm stuck in the darkness. But I had a fun time, and they joined the chat, um, which made it all the more special. You know, they didn't have to. They certainly didn't have to help me. And we've got a lot of honorable mentions. We've got Rainy Kagatora. I might be saying her name wrong. Mainly just because I call her Rainy. I don't use her full name. I mean, I don't use any of their full names really. But Rainy, nonetheless, she was able to pop in and lurk. We had Snowy, a somewhat recent, addition to the people that I have come across in this wild content creation ride. We had Snowy pop in, and that was a huge, exciting. It was huge. It was a huge excitement to me. I literally screamed into the microphone, and again, I'm sorry, Akira, if you're watching this. I didn't mean to blow your ears off. No, but seriously, like, he popped in, and I was like, scary! Um, and we had Miss Sunny Sunflower pop in, which was a huge surprise to me. Because she's another really amazing, wonderful content creator that I really admire and I look up to, and she's an amazing individual, and she's brought so many people together, and she's a huge reason why I've met a lot of the people that I have met in this journey. I met Signor Ches through her. Granted, I could have just coasted through and just stayed in Sunny's, live streams and her community. I could have just done that. It was a slight bit of work on my own part that, was like, let's branch out, talk to others. If they got stuff going on, let's go in there and go into their live streams and chat, hang out, and have a good time, build all these connections with these amazing people. It's a lot thanks to her, and it honestly is a lot thanks to Rainy. And it's a huge, like, it's a huge, big, like, linear circle, well, not linear, but like, it's a huge roundabout. I met this person, and then I met this person through because of this person, and I met this person because of this person, and I just, happened to really connect and click with them and enjoy talking to them and hanging in their chats and just everything. And yeah, we had Sunflower pop in, and it probably wasn't visible, but I wanted to like almost bawl my eyes out, you know, just because I admire and respect and you know the talent that she has and the kindness and gentle and just amazing human being that she is. I literally I literally wanted to cry when I saw her pop in because it's almost like picturing anybody you look up to, you know, like think of it as like a feeling of like if someone like a Markiplier popped in or a Jacksepticeye or a PewDiePie, you know, that's what it felt like when I saw her pop in because she didn't know I was planning on streaming. It was a very, it was kind of a very low key stream that like maybe a handful of people knew about. And that's what made it even more wild, you know, the fact that Rainy and Snowy and Sunny popped in. And even Sig and Akira, even though they were the two that mainly knew about the stream, it was still even a surprise that, you know, they care enough to show up and not like, oh, I'm surprised they cared. It's hard to explain. I I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but you know, seeing Sunny come in and even if she didn't stick around long, you know, she didn't even have to pop in. She didn't have to um say anything. And not that, Rainy didn't say anything, but I'm super grateful that she came in to the stream, you know, because it's still someone coming in and giving you their time, you know, and them, you know, it shows that they were thinking of you as well to think enough to come in and then hang out. And then Sunny sneakily, I might add, sharing my stream, which she definitely didn't have to do, which brought others of her community that are also just really wonderful people. We had Red Dragon come in. We had Cal. It's another one of those things that I don't really say the full name. So Cookies. She's called Cookies or Cookie, Cookies or Cookie. Though that's what she goes by. Okay, you know she came from Sunny's community, which I am a part of. I am very much acknowledge of that. I wouldn't change it for the world. Um, you know, she shouted me out in her own. She didn't have to, you know, and you know, seeing that the people who came from her sharing it, you know, they cared enough to pop in. You know, that was huge too. And you know, they all were talking in the chat and seeming like they had a good time. I mean, I got it's that inner side of me that's like I got really good feedback from across the board, but it's that inner side of me that's like, you know, they were just being nice, you know. because I have a problem, and it I wish I didn't, but there's just that side of me that doesn't like to let me have nice things, you know. But in spite of that thing, that doesn't let me have nice things, I had fun, and a lot of them said they enjoyed the stream, and I'm determined to say screw that little voice, that voice in my head that wants to say that they're just being nice. I'm going to believe that they had a good time too, because I don't. It was a good time. It was a good feeling. And I honestly haven't felt this good in a long time. So I want to thank literally everybody who showed up. I want to thank Sonne. Who, by the way, has a debut coming up the 24th, this Saturday. She's worked really hard on it, and it's been amazing. Like, I already feel like it's been the stuff leading up to the debut, because she's found a way to make it hugely inclusive around her community. Like, there's been literally mini games leading up to her debut. Yesterday there was a puzzle that she put out, and it was amazing. The creativity in it was just I couldn't stop thinking about it and talking about it, and it was amazing. And I'm already like, this debu's already been the best debut that I've ever come across. you know um yeah, she's got a debut this Saturday, the 24th. I think it's 12 Mountain Standard Time. I don't know. I'm terrible with time zones and stuff. Um, Sometimes I struggle to remember that I'm EST. Um, and so I could be wrong. But yeah, she's got a debut, and overall, I just I want to thank literally everybody who showed up. I want to thank Sig especially for making the stream even possible. I want to thank Akira for being supportive. I want to thank Rainey, and again, literally everybody I've mentioned who have been supportive. I want to thank Akira for streaming today, because again, I literally streamed mainly with the intent of being like, I'm just going to raid her, regardless of my stream count, just for the fun of it. That was the whole reason I streamed. um, I mean, also because I wanted to, but that was the fun focal point of it. It's like, I'm gonna raid her just for the fun of it, and just because I can, and that's the whole point, right? It's just to have fun. And I want to thank Rainey too, who's been an amazing friend. Not that they all haven't been amazing friends; they have been. It's hard to compliment everybody who's also been like equally as awesome to me. Okay, but I'm trying, damn it. And yes, I want to thank Sonne, who's just amazing. She's amazing. She didn't have to share my stream like I said before, but she did anyway. Right under my nose, I might add, which I do appreciate. Um, because I put it out there and I didn't really have any expectations for it. other than just like, hey, let's, do this, get the creative content creator juices, flowing. See where it goes from there. And if people show up, people show up. People don't, they don't. And they did. We had people show up. We had, and a lot of them again have just been amazing people that I have built up such a amazing bond with, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But even still, it made the stream a lot more fun. It made it more worthwhile that they showed up and they talked and they hung out. You know, it kind of felt in the same regards of when I used to stream with my brother, and I had those people to kind of bounce off of, but also spend time with and converse with and just have fun. You know, it kind of it's among those regards. Um, and then so yeah, I know this has been long winded and very sappy, very rambly, very emotional. But I'm just feeling amazing. I'm feeling high. I'm feeling like I'm on a high. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm so grateful to all of them. Every single person that I've mentioned, every single person that showed up and remained in the shadows. I'm grateful that anyone decided to show up and even if they weren't entertained, I'm still appreciative that they showed up. And if they were entertained, I'm honestly slightly surprised. But that's probably more of the self-deprecation talking. But thank you. Literally thank you. I no, I really, really feel good today. And it's been a very long time since I've felt, you know, beyond the depression, I guess is what I'm trying to, since I felt happy and good and like I've accomplished something. Like I put in the work and I put in the product. I've been productive and it. I'm very grateful. I'm some random person, someone who was a loser all throughout their school career and who doesn't have a lot of skills, and I'm awkward and I don't have, a lot of friends. And that's another reason why this has been so emotional and so, deep and feelsy and whatnot, is because I didn't think I'd ever get a subscriber. I didn't think I'd ever get a follower. I didn't think I'd get, what you could call a mutual, you know. I didn't think anyone would care. And, you know, it it's a huge feeling because I've had a very dark outlook on the world, and it's because of each and every person who's been supportive, who's been kind, who's donated any amount of time towards me, that has helped me change that outlook, that has helped me realize maybe the world isn't as bad as I thought. It's helped me reevaluate so much. It's helped me be like, there's good people out there, you know. I didn't think I'd ever. I, I I thought I would be alone with maybe just my one friend, you know, for like the rest of my life. And maybe I only know them through the content creation and the interactions we've had online. But even still, you know, there are people behind that and behind the content creation and behind the screen. And the fact that they even care. It's it's been a lifesaver. It's been a lifesaver. And so I genuinely mean it when I say thank you. Because it's been a long time since I've felt there's a purpose for me. There's more out there for me, that there's any kind of good, you know, in this life for me. Not to say that I have my family and they care about me and all, but it's hard. Again, it's hard to explain. This has just been a crazy journey, to say the least. An interesting journey on top of that. Humbling. Um, and it's helped me develop as a person. And it's helped me develop bonds and connections that I didn't think that I would have ever, you know. So while this mainly is a dedication to one Sig Norchez, I have to give praise to also just everybody, you know. Even if I didn't name them in this video, it's literally anyone with the little bit of tiny microscopic amount of support that they have ever thrown my way. They're the whole reason for this, for me feeling the way that I do right now in this moment. And so it's a huge thank you to them, as well as Mr. Daddy Signorchez. And I'll put all their handle. I know maybe it's not going to reach a lot of people. My reach is not the greatest, but I will put their their channels in my description below. And seriously, thank each and every one of you. I really mean it. And before I start rambling again, I think I'm going to end it here. And I got a stream to get back to anyway. Not my stream, a better stream. But I figured I'd make this video and just to, I don't know, again, toss a gratitude, a thank you, encapsulate this wonderful feeling that I'm currently feeling. And again, just showing my gratitude, you guys will always have a supporter in me. And I'm thankful and grateful that you guys care and, that you care about this awkward, weird lad from Little Pissant, Rhode Island. Lucky there's a Family Guy. Am I right? Lucky there's a family. Okay, stop it. And then I can't wait to see you guys soar to new heights. That is for damn sure. I'm very grateful that you guys have been so great to me. And thank you for today. Thank you for helping this weirdo feel so great and alive.